Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. I want you to know that I appreciate you for being a subscriber. Our community is growing very rapidly here at Ignition Time, and if you're not a member of our community yet, please consider clicking the like button. Please subscribe and please enable notifications. I would really appreciate that. This channel, the Ignition Time channel, is about the country, it's about the economy, and it's about your money. We cover matters that are important for the country, whether it's politics or any other matters. We cover matters that have a direct impact on the economy, and most importantly, we cover matters that impact your money, even if you're not directly affected by those matters. Here's what I mean by that. You'll see this tweet on your screen from Heather Long from the Washington Post. Heather reports that 1.4 million of our fellow Americans filed new unemployment claims last week. This is the highest level it's been in weeks. What this means is if more individuals file for unemployment in a given week, it shows that the underlying economy is getting worse despite signs of resilience in other parts of the economy, which I'll get to. Make sure you watch this video all the way through to the end. You'll get some surprising, some astonishing data about parts of the economy that are doing extremely well and parts of the economy where individuals are just left behind. You know, I've mentioned this before. Individuals in travel, leisure, entertainment, and hospitality have been left behind. Heather reports, and you'll see the tweet on your screen, rising layoffs are an alarm bell that Congress needs to pass more stimulus. They're still talking, still negotiating stimulus as we speak. And what's even more alarming is that 14 million of our fellow Americans who are dependent on the PUA program, who are dependent on the PEUC program, will lose their benefits completely unless Congress acts, unless there is legislation. They're still talking. We are less than 48 hours away from a government funding deadline that is we're supposed to have not only an omnibus package, but also a major rescue package, a major targeted relief package, as the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell called it on the floor of the Senate today. So check out the other video we released highlighting his remarks and the latest comments from Chuck Schumer, from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, and from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Check that out. They're still talking, and 14 million of our fellow Americans will lose. You'll see this tweet on your screen from Heather Long. 14 million unemployed Americans will lose unemployment by the 1st of January unless Congress acts swiftly. The PUA program, which is the program for gig workers, part-time workers, and self-employed workers, and the PEUC program, which is the 13-week extension through the federal government to the state benefit programs, which normally run out at 26 weeks. Essentially programs that are crucial for long-term unemployed. Both are going to end at the end of this month unless Congress takes action. In fact, she highlighted this. You'll see this image on your screen from the tweet where Heather highlighted that pandemic unemployment assistance, over 9.2 million of our fellow Americans. The pandemic emergency program, the PEUC program, almost 5 million of our fellow Americans. So what does all of this mean? What's the bottom line? You'll see this other tweet on your screen also from Heather Long from the Washington Post. Bottom line, unemployment claims are now starting to rise again. This is a key sign that things are bad for the economy. This is not a good sign. This tells us that fundamentally, there are some of us who have been very, very badly impacted. The week ending the 7th of November, there were 1.02 million new claims. The week ending November 14th, 1.07 new claims. You can see that they went up. Week ending December 5th, this is the most recent data. We have 1.38 million new claims, and the most recent data that we have last week is 1.39 million new claims. The number of new claims, the number of new unemployment insurance claims are rising, and this is not a good sign at all. On your screen, you'll see an article that was a phenomenal article that was actually published in the New York Times today, and the headline of the article reads, "How the Economy is Actually Doing in 9 Charts." I'll quickly give you an idea about what the charts represent, and I think it's going to blow your mind. I'll also provide you with a link to this article in the description section below, so you can check out the article on your own and dig into it deeper if you want. So let's take a look at some of the data in the New York Times article. And by the way, again, I'll provide you with a link to the article in the description section below. So I definitely recommend that you check it out. In the first chart, you'll see that people have left the workforce altogether and many have simply not come back. Now, this means that the labor participation rate has gone down. So the labor force participation rate is the share of working age people who are part of the labor force. In other words, they are either employed, they are on a temporary layoff, or they are actively looking for work. Now, keep in mind, this is different from unemployed, because an unemployed individual, there's a different classification for an unemployed individual. To count as unemployed, a person must have looked for a job in the past 4 weeks or be on a temporary layoff. The data from the US Department of Labor suggests that more than 4 million people, and you'll see the chart on your screen, left the workforce entirely from February to November, meaning they are neither working nor actively seeking a job. And you'll see this, again, you'll see the chart on your screen. You'll see that the labor force participation rate, which was above 63% prior to the pandemic, is now at 61.5%. Here's a second chart on your screen, which shows you the number of people who have been out of work long term continues to rise. Now, what does long-term unemployment means? If an individual is unemployed for 27 weeks or more, meaning well over 6 months, then that represents an individual who is long-term unemployed. The share of unemployed workers who have been unemployed for 27 weeks or more, which, by the way, had declined at the start of the pandemic because we had a very robust period of economic growth. That has now started to creep up, because those individuals, as you can see on your chart in the gray portion of the chart on the right side of your screen, those individuals who became unemployed in March and April, who are still unemployed, now contribute to the long-term unemployed, which is why that long-term unemployment rate has now crept up to 36.9% in that gray zone that you see on the right side of your screen, which corresponds to the recession. So the long-term unemployment rate is rising, and this is essentially a very serious problem, which means that essentially people are not able to make money, therefore they are not able to buy goods and services. Here's the next chart on your screen, which shows you unemployment has fallen because it was really bad earlier in the year, but the gaps between different demographic groups are widening. You see different demographic groups represented in different colors on your screen here. Again, full credit to the reporting from the New York Times. So we'll provide you with a link to the article in the description section below. Strongly recommend you check it out. Black individuals are shown in an orange color, Hispanic individuals in a magenta color, Asian individuals in a blue color, and white individuals in a green color. If you look at the men on the left side and the women on the right side, you'll see a commonality. And the commonality is that when you look at the orange portion and the magenta portion, you'll see that 11.3% unemployment rate among black men, 8.2% unemployment rate among Hispanic men. And on the right side, you'll see women. You'll see the corresponding numbers are 9.4% for black women and 8.4% for Hispanic women. And you'll see correspondingly Asian and white men and women have done better when you look at this chart. This tells you that there is a discrepancy based on demographics. Speaking of discrepancy, an alarming discrepancy, you'll see this chart on your screen. More families are unable to meet their basic needs. We're talking food and housing, just the basic needs that we have, the ability to feed ourselves, the ability to have a roof over our head. This represents a share of individuals who are experiencing food and housing insecurity in the Census Bureau's Household Pulse survey. Food insecurity is rising. People are not confident that they'll have enough food to eat. People are going hungry. You'll see housing insecurity rising. People have the fear of being evicted because they are not able to pay their rent. We're talking millions and millions of renters who are dependent on rental assistance in this new stimulus bill. Here's another chart on your screen that shows you rent and home prices have risen over the course of the pandemic. Because interest rates are low, home prices are going up. Rents continue to go up because, it's inflation. Rents go up. And this, imagine having to face rising rent when you don't have a source of income. And again, you'll see this chart on your screen that shows you the home price index and the rent index continue to go up while individuals are struggling to pay their bills. Next chart, wages and salaries have bounced back quickly. Now, this is a silver lining because this shows that wages and salaries specifically for certain categories of individuals have bounced back. I have talked about individuals in travel, entertainment, leisure, and hospitality struggling like they've never struggled before. And there is a silver lining in this chart on your screen because it tells you that we are indeed on track for a rapid recovery. Speaking of a rapid recovery, this is unusual. You'll see this chart that shows you that the economy has been able indeed to shift gears from services towards goods. we are buying more stuff. We're buying more stuff for home. We're cooking at home. Home Depot is doing well because we're doing home improvements. We are buying more stuff instead of engaging or instead of spending money on services. So you'll see that services have not bounced back in that recessionary period, the gray zone that you see on the right side of your screen. But you'll see that goods have increased. People are just buying more stuff because the economy has shifted in a remarkable manner from services towards goods. Just shows you how this pandemic has actually altered our day-to-day life. Speaking of alterations in day-to-day life, believe it or not, new business applications have increased. Is this forcing more and more of us to actually become entrepreneurs? So this is the percentage change from the same week last year in new business applications. You'll start to see this comparison on your screen. And again, the gray zone represents a recession that began in February, March. You'll see that there's a substantial increase in new business applications because people are now realizing, hey, I'm working from home. I need to find a new way to make money. Hopefully, many of us are realizing that we don't want to be dependent on the government, or we don't want to be dependent on our employers again. So this is a remarkable trend about old businesses closing and new businesses forming, believe it or not. So there's a surge in new business formations, and it looks like a lot of us are starting to hopefully open new successful businesses. So fundamentally, this is a very resilient but an unequal economy. I do believe that those who have essentially recovered are doing okay, but there are some in travel, leisure, entertainment, and hospitality who've been left behind. Let me know what you think about all the information in these charts in the comment section below. You'll find a link to the article in the description section below. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I really appreciate you watching. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. This channel, the Ignition Time channel, is about the country, it's about the economy, and it's about your money. We cover important matters that are relevant to the country, that in turn affect the economy, that in turn affect your money. So please make sure you click subscribe, you enable notifications, just gently ignite that subscribe button. The name of our channel is Ignition Time. Don't forget to click the like button as well. Now, we release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. If you can get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000, that's 70000. You'll get added to SMS alerts list. We'll send you important announcements that will help you plan better with your money. We'll send you important announcements that will help you make more money, save more money, invest more money. We'll also send you announcements if we ever release programs where you can essentially get coaching from us. Now, you can opt out of these SMSs at any time. You can also get on our email list. To get on our email list, simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts, and you can get added to our email list. And again, you can opt out of the emails at any point in time that you want as well. Sometimes YouTube does not always send out notifications on time. So all you have to do is simply bookmark youtube.com/ignition time. That's youtube.com/ignition time. Once you do that, you'll be able to visit the homepage of our channel and watch any of our videos at any point in time that you want. So you're not dependent on notifications from YouTube. Also, you can become a part of our Instagram community. Simply go to instagram.com/ignition_time. That's instagram.com/ignition_time. You can become a part of our community on Instagram and get exclusive news on Instagram, exclusive content on Instagram. Speaking of exclusive news, you can get breaking news and alerts from us on Twitter. Yes, on Twitter. All you have to do is simply follow us on Twitter at ignition_time. That's ignition_time. And you'll get breaking news and alerts from us on Twitter as well. Become a part of our Twitter community. Speaking of community, please comment below. I'm very proud of our community because our community is growing rapidly. It's bipartisan. It's an intelligent community. We support each other. We learn from each other. We engage in healthy debates, even if we agree. I think it's great if we disagree, as long as we can participate in a healthy and respectful discourse, which is what our community is all about. So I'm welcoming you to join our community. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment below. Like I said, also you'll always find a link to all of our resources in the description section below, so you can dig deeper into the content. If you learned something new from this video, please share this video with friends and family. That would mean a lot to me. That tells a YouTube algorithm that you found the content beneficial. That really does help the YouTube algorithm. I mean, you're on YouTube, you're getting content. Hopefully you find the medium valuable. Hopefully you find this content valuable. Once again, my name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. Thank you so much. Please gently click that like button. Please subscribe, please enable notifications. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.